BARÇA! BARÇA! BARÇA!
Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And today we do have a transfer roundup. On deadline day, Barcelona here have been surprisingly busy, because usually on deadline day it's a massive thing here in the UK. There's so many deals going on at the last minute, but usually in Spain and especially Barcelona there's pretty much next to nothing that we ever do. But today there has been some news, there has been some breaking signings, one outgoing and two players incoming to Barcelona that have been confirmed today. We are going to be discussing those deals exactly as they happened, and we're also going to be looking at the window as an overview of what we've done. Sit back and relax. It's some deadline day news. So let's first of all start with the outgoing on deadline day for Barcelona, and it was pretty much confirmed just before deadline day, but Arsenal seemed to take a bit of time to actually announce this one, but we all knew it was going to happen. It's been in the pipeline now for several weeks. Denis Suarez has officially completed his move to London. He will play in the Premier League for the rest of the season. He has been loaned to Arsenal until the end of the season with an option to buy. However, that option to buy right now, with regard to what it's going to take, what the fee is to make that move permanent, there is no news yet from either club on what that fee is, but journalists and reporters close to both sides believe that it's somewhere around the €20 million mark, and he's also been loaned for around €2 million loan fee from the side of Arsenal. What we have done though is extended Denis Suarez's contract from 2020 to 2021. We've extended it by just 1 year, which was actually quite clever business, because if you look at it like this, there is essentially a case where Denis Suarez could return in the summer, and had he done that on his current deal, he would have then been in the summer in the last year of his contract, and he could have let it run down. We could have had another Meunier situation. We could have lost him then for next to nothing. Now, if Arsenal don't want to sign him, he'll come back in the summer with 2 years left on his deal. That's why we've renewed him, and both Denis Suarez and Unai Emery have spoken today at their excitement ahead of working together once again, after Denis Suarez spent some time on loan at Unai Emery's Sevilla back in the 2014-15 season. And like I said before, all the best to Denis. It's going to be very interesting to watch how he adapts to the Premier League. But now on to the incoming, and this one did come rather out of the blue. It was the first deal announced on deadline day for Barcelona, and it was deal here for young right-back Brazilian EMERSON. He's coming in from Atletico Mineiro. Barcelona completely closed their agreement with the Brazilian club today, and he is known as a very, very promising right-back, an attacking player who likes to go forward in his own country. Barcelona say that he's been compared, of course, you already know what I'm going to say, he's been compared to Dani Alves, but of course far, far too early for any of that. The 20-year-old Brazilian, who's been capped 8 times at Brazilian under-20 level, will officially join the club on the 1st of July 2019, so on the very first day of the transfer window in the summer. We'll be paying €12 million for EMERSON to Atletico Mineiro, and he'll sign there for 5 seasons at Barcelona. Although this deal does get slightly more interesting and slightly more complex in some ways, given the fact that right now we do already have 3 right backs at the club. Sergio Roberto, of course, Nelson Semedo, and also Moussa Wagué, who was brought in back in the summer, and he is somebody who's up and coming in Barcelona B. So exactly where Emerson's going to fit right now is unsure, and he's also going to be signing as a non-EU player. And just to make it even more interesting, in the next 6 months he will already be in La Liga. He will be playing at Real Betis, whom he's joined on loan until the end of the season in a deal which is completely unrelated to anything to do with Barcelona. Barça are not involved in that loan. It's a simple loan between Mineiro to Real Betis, and then he'll join Barcelona in the summer. However, there are already rumours that should Emerson perform well under Quique Setien at Betis in the remainder of the season, he could stay on loan there beyond the end of the season, and perhaps for the entirety of the 2020 to 21 season, so next season at Real Betis. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens in his development. But all in all there, a pretty complex deal on the face of it. But either way, Emerson certainly want to keep an eye on this season in La Liga, how he performs at Real Betis, how he adapts to life in Spain, and we're going to have to wait and see see exactly what kind of talent we've got on our hands here. And really, when it comes to Barcelona, it truly is always fun and games, because the final deal on deadline day, our second deal of the day, was none other than TODIBO, who we've already announced once this January. But we announced him previously to sign in the summer, but he's going to come now in January. An agreement has finally been reached with Toulouse. He spoke about this in a news roundup just 2 days ago. We were really trying to negotiate with Toulouse. We wanted to get him early. They completely frozen him out back at his club in France. He wasn't going to play for a single minute for Toulouse for the rest of the season. They were completely casting him aside. But the 19-year-old centre-back will sign for Barcelona in this January transfer window. He will now sign for 4.5 seasons. He's going to wear the number 6 shirt, which has only just been vacated by the outgoing Denis. And actually, the only reason that TODIBO has chosen that number 6 was basically because there was no other option. All of the first team numbers in La Liga, you can only go up to 25. All of those numbers were taken, and he couldn't actually be number 25 even if he wanted to, simply because the league requires that you actually keep the number 25 shirt free for a goalkeeper only. So the only shirt option was number 6. Whether he'll stay that for his Barcelona career, I don't probably think so. He'll probably end up changing. The number 6 could still be free for a midfielder like Frankie de Jong, maybe even Arthur. We're going to have to wait and see. And the player will be presented at the Camp Nou as a new Barcelona player tomorrow. That is all done. That is all sealed. And I think that's a really good decision from Barcelona there to get him in early, to continue his development. Now he can come in, and it's almost like a free hit. It's almost like a free 6 months here where he can come into the club, he can acclimatise to Barcelona, both on and off the pitch. Because it's not just about playing, it's about the city, it's about the culture. You've got to come in, you've got to adapt, and it just gives him some time now to really settle in, and then in the summer, in the pre-season or what have you, we can see what he can do. And obviously, through the remainder of the season, he may still get chances at first team level for Barcelona. And so all in all, in the January transfer window, it is safe to say I think this is probably the busiest transfer window in the winter that Barcelona has probably ever seen. So many young players coming in, so many deals happening, loan deals as well, and also some departures. We've had Munir El Haddadi join Sevilla, of course. He was coming to the end of his deal. We sold him at a cut price. Denis Suarez has gone to Arsenal. And in terms of incomings, it started there with the loan of Jason Murillo. We could make that permanent in the summer. The same goes for Kevin Prince Boateng, who came in on loan with the option to buy, and we have confirmed deals for youngsters TODIBO, EMERSON, and of course, how could we not mention Frankie de Jong is coming in the summer. As if you've forgotten, there is a lot to be excited about. And I think overall, when you look at it there, aside from those 2 loans, it is very much focused on the future. Those 2 loans came in, Kevin Prince Boateng and also Murillo, and I think they were good depth for the squad, good things, you know, if players got injured, if we need last resorts, they're very capable players who can come in and play a role. But if you look at those young names there, TODIBO, EMERSON, very bright players, young talents coming through, certainly for a view of the future. And of course, Frankie de Jong, still incredibly young himself, so much to be excited about, a world-class player in the making. There is a lot to be excited about. Good business this January from Barcelona. And of course, in the coming months, in the coming weeks, in the coming years, we are going to see how good these players are going to turn out to be. And just before I do leave you guys in this particular video, I want to bring you something not quite transfer related, but it was something that happened earlier that I really wanted to bring to your attention, and it was regarding Samuel Umtiti, because we've spoken about Umtiti yesterday in terms of his fitness and in terms of his injury situation. It hasn't really been going smoothly, and I just want to bring you some news really, nothing concrete, but he has posted pictures, and so have Barcelona, of him out on the pitch today, clearly working with the ball. He's in training there, not with the full group, but he is training there on his own with the ball, doing some running, and it does seem as though Samuel Umtiti here is stepping up that recovery. Now, very early signs. We don't know whether he's going to be returning. We don't know when he's going to be returning, but it's very strange to me that both Barcelona and Umtiti today, very public with those pictures. He's clearly out on the pitch. He's working with the ball. They mention his recovery. Hopefully, this is a good sign. Hopefully, he can come back as soon as he possibly can with the right treatment. Of course, he's still recovering from that knee problem. We don't know how he's going to react when it comes to games and minutes on the pitch, but hopefully here those photos are a first sign of the things to come. And I just wanted to bring you that news that we saw today on Sam Olympic. And I'm sure you all saw him yesterday in the crowd with Dembele. The comeback was on. Both players are out injured. But when the goals were in, those injuries, they were taking a back seat. They were on their feet. They were applauding. They were really getting involved in the atmosphere. And I was really, really happy to see those two together. Clearly so involved. Clearly loves the club. He's a massive part of it. A really, really key player. And both of those players key to our team. We are looking forward to having both of them back on the pitch as soon as possible. But just let me know your thoughts, guys. What have you thought? What have you made of this January transfer window? Are you enjoying our view to the future? What do you think of Emerson? What do you think of TODIBO? And also Denis Suarez and Arsenal. How do you think he's going to cope? What do you think is going to happen there? Will they end up signing him permanently? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Thank you as always for leaving your opinions, and thank you here for joining me today. I will see you soon with some more videos, of course. The Barcelona versus Valencia preview. It's coming up tomorrow, and that game on Saturday, that is going to be massive. I'll see you then, but until next time, as always, Visca el Barça!